Alright guys, we just showed up at Mr. Agent Retro's house. He's going to show us his game room and stuff, so let's go look.
What?
We're coming to do a game room tour, I thought.
I'm trying to play Fortnite right now, okay?
Hey!
My name's Agent Retro, and this is my game room tour. Let's go! So yeah, this is the wall. When I first put this wall together, I was like, I want something cheap, I want something that I can customize, and I want something that kind of looks Mario-ish, you know, with the bricks and stuff. And this whole thing, all the bricks and wood, cost me about $200 from Home Depot. I put it all together, I cut the boards myself, put it all together in about an hour or so. And it's changed quite a few times over the years since I started it. But this is where my main collection is. It's probably, I don't know, a fifth of what it used to be. Just because I own a video game store and I can't be a selfish collector anymore. I used to bring everything home, and now I decided I cut down to just what I want. The only system I'm actively collecting for is the NES, which we'll get to that in a second. But some cool things. A lot of this stuff has come in over the years through the store. Friends have hooked me up with. One of my prized possessions is something I actually did a Kickstarter for that came in. It's the first ever analog N64 controller. It's called the Brawler. I hadn't even opened this up yet to test it out, but I've heard like nothing but good things except for one little issue with the shoulder button. But honestly, that's for Smash players, and I play Smash as a fun like drinking game, not competitively. And yeah, you can see I got a little bit of Switch games here. The ones that I buy a lot of Switch games, but I usually just keep the ones that I really enjoyed. Like I got, you know, Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 2. This one was a limited run games only. I get the collector's edition. It has a bunch of different, comes with 3D glasses, a little keychain, and has like 5 different covers that I can switch it to. This is, if you're a fan of the 80s and 90s and like 16-bit kind of graphic style, this game is a must-have. I also have Night Trap pre-ordered that should be shipping for the Switch within the next couple days or so.
I missed out on that.
I know. The collector's edition was gone in 10 minutes, and I had to settle for the $30 basic version, but super hyped about that. As you can see, I don't have a lot of newer stuff. Most of the newer stuff that I have is stuff that like I really enjoy. Like here's something that Raiden 5, which was a Japanese exclusive. Paid $75 to get it shipped here, and what's cool about Microsoft, I think Sony did it too, but it actually converted all the text and vocals to English. So it's a fully English game on my actual Xbox. And these are the 2 current games I'm playing right now. I'm playing this with a buddy, and then we got Jurassic World Evolution. It's a great park builder. If you're a Jurassic Park fan, it's kind of a must play. And moving over here, got some collector's editions. Life is Strange, I hear they're coming out with a part 2. Kind of excited about that. These are my 360 and Xbox games. Used to be a lot bigger, but these ones are backwards compatible with the Xbox. Well, not Modern Warfare 2, but these ones are backwards compatible with Xbox One. This one I just did a stream recently on. Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is, in my opinion, the best Battlefront game there is. This game is probably second to Shadows of the Empire for 64 for me.
Yeah.
Got my Wii U games. Anything in here that I must mention? I actually like this version the best for the Injustice for Wii U. I prefer it just because I like playing on the gamepad. Then we got the greatest game of all time, hands down, as you can see, the Luigi Mansion tattoo. Put it right next to there. Yeah. And then just some box stuff. Resident Evil 4 Collector's Edition. My Nintendo NES 3DS. As you can see, it's dusty because I'm not a big handheld guy. I don't play a lot of handheld games. Got my GBA AGS 101 with a couple games. It's in my potty time bin.
If you ever want to sell that bin, let me know. I have a Game Boy
This one?
in it.
Yeah.
It's one of those play it loud.
Yeah, you know where I actually got that from a thrift store, the Humane Society thrift store down in Prescott.
Oh, nice.
They had it for $40, and I went in there probably 3 months in a row. I went week to week, and it was still sitting there. Had a couple games in there with a Game Boy, and I didn't want to pay that. And finally, I was like, "Are you guys willing to drop the price at all?" And they're like, "Make me an offer." I'm like, $10. I'm like, "All right, it's been sitting here long enough. We'll take it." So they took the $10 for it, and it came with this case plus the Game Boy plus like 4 or 5 games. And but the games weren't anything special. That's why I made that offer for $10 at the time. Let's see, you got the Dark Moon. I'm kind of excited about the 3DS version of the first one coming out, but really wish they would have made a new one for the Switch. This is the Japanese version of Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube. I think their cases were so much cooler than ours.
Well, yeah, they were thinking about space.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Space,
considering there's 1 billion people in the country where that's manufactured.
Yeah, everything's smaller.
Let's go down here. We got just a little Super Mario card game that we picked up. My SNES Classic. This one's sealed. I have my open one at the store for customers to use. Power-based converter. The reason I took this instead of keeping my Master System was because really of space. Like I use my Genesis and I can use that, and I only have one Master System game in my entire collection, which we'll get to in a second. I think it's one of the best ones for the system, but that's also a biased opinion. Got my Injustice Fight Stick, which comes with the Collector's Edition out in the living room. I'll show you that. My Virtual Boy down there, some Call of Duty stuff. I actually picked up this PS4 Call of Duty World War II for Cyber Monday of last year. I had the Uncharted 4 bundle, but I was on... somebody had sent me a message. I woke up at 3 in the morning, jumped on Newegg. They had this 1 terabyte PS4 limited edition World War II bundle for $199.99. And I was like, all right, I bought that one. Then I ended up selling mine and pretty much broke even. If you come up here, these are my amiibos. As you can see, I used them. That's why they're all out of the box. I went on a little Zelda kick for a while once I was playing Breath of the Wild. This is one of the collector's edition stashes for Injustice. Got a bunch of tiny hero clicks up here, just from what a friend gave me. And just a bunch of random toys that I kind of found over the years that I really enjoy. I think Luigi's drunk. We'll just leave him down. Original Mario Bros. Movie action figure. Yeah. Then we got
good old Bob Hoskins.
Luigi's Mansion. This is from the Nintendo Club. This was one of the things you could use your club points on. Coming over here, we got my N64 collection. Now, to me, this is a complete N64 collection because this is every game for the 64 that I either A, had a childhood memory with, or B, I enjoy playing to this day. This being my hidden gem on the system, which is Star Soldier. If you haven't played it and you like shmups, it's a must play. 100% must play. Up here, we have my little Call of Duty Nuketown set that I got from a store in town that was on clearance, and I mean, it was like Lego. I think it was Mega Bloks. Put that together. I still have one I haven't even touched yet. And you got my Jurassic Park, my vintage Jurassic Park Jeep. That's the Tour Jeep. My Turtles bus. Little Turtles car right there. Vintage Turtles car. My only 2 Super Nintendo games. I'm only missing one for my collection to be complete because I didn't have a Super Nintendo growing up, so I have no like nostalgia towards it. It's a great system. I have nothing against it. I love the Super Nintendo. But like I said, being a store owner, I kind of got to be picky. And since I didn't have any connection to my childhood with it, I decided to give up most of my collection. However, Clock Tower I just want to play. I might not keep this one. We'll see how I like it. But the 2 games that I need for my Super Nintendo collection are 1, Turtles in Time, which I have, and then B is The Death and Return of Superman.
Yeah.
Which is another must play. It's one of the greatest beat 'em ups for the system, if you ask me. Then you come well, we'll just look up top real quick. This is my very small pop collection. Pretty much everything that means something to me. The Turtles, Luigi, Flash, Nathan Drake, and Mega Man. Wait, not this one. This is the 8-bit one. The retro one were given to me by a friend as a present. Got the Aquaman up there, a couple more Flash, Superman. Then you come over here, you got my books. This is Pat Contry's book that I picked up at Game On Expo last year. It pretty much has a description of every single NES game in there, ratings, gameplay, all that good stuff. Then this is my Nintendo Power collection. It's not anywhere near complete at all, but it's a pretty decent start. I would say this is probably about maybe 60% of the collection.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Right.
Yeah. Then I got a couple strategy guys that mean something to me. A couple more figures up here. These are little tiki Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tiki cups, shot glasses that a buddy gave to me. Unravel, that's a must play if you like puzzle adventure. That's my favorite genre. The Farpoint bundle, since I got the VR, which is like one of the best investments I made. And then this is my NES collection, at least most of it. The 30 Black Box games are currently at the store, plus a Game On Expo World Championships at the store. But as you can see, I have about 500, and I think last time it was 585. I'm going for a complete license collection, which is 678. Arguably, somebody say 679. It's roughly around there. Two most expensive games I got in collection that are not boxed are probably Zombie Nation and Bubble Bobble 2. Here's Bubble Bobble 2, but it's somewhere around here. But the Bubble Bobble 2, oh, here it is actually with the manual. So I'm just missing the box on that one. I do have my reproduction. This is actually my most played NES game probably at the moment. The Nintendo World Championships 1990, because I am trying so hard to hit that 2 million point mark. That's my goal. And as you can see, the custom labels that Pixel Protectors brings to us. He makes these. He makes custom ones. Here's a Flash one, which there's nothing like Flash for the NES, but there was a port from the Master System for Sonic the Hedgehog, so I just stuck that in there. And we'll go down here. The 8-bit Christmas, some oddball stuff. Got a DuckTales 2, Contra Force. I don't have anything crazy good right now at the moment. We got my TurboGrafx collection. Favorite game probably being probably Slaughterhouse. Where's it at?
Splatterhouse?
Splatterhouse, I'm sorry. I was looking for it. Oh, here it is. It's right down here. So Splatterhouse for the TurboGrafx.
Cool.
And then, what is this? Oh, that's just my GameCube disc. This is really cool. This is a PAL edition. It never came out in America. It works on the Master System though, which is why I use my power-based converter, but this is Flash. And it plays like, it's as fast as Sonic, but obviously you're playing as Flash. And instead of collecting rings, you're collecting Flash coins. And if you don't know how to play this game correctly, if you don't learn the patterns, it's very hard to master. Very hard game to master. And then more Pixel Protectors, but with my Turtles games, I got, these are, I don't remember the guy's name, but
Pack and Sack Dave.
Is that who it is? I heard him through John Riggs' channel. It was one of his friends. But he made these games. These are specific games per turtle. So you have like Raphael's story, Michelangelo's story, Donatello's story, Leonardo's story, and then we have the custom cases that Pixel Protectors made for us.
Color-coded per turtle.
Yes, sir. And I'll show this off just because it's cool, but this came from a Nintendo Power. This was given to me by a friend as well. But this is to replicate some of the old stuff that Nintendo used to do before they made games. I'll just show you one of them. They're little like plastic cards that have different designs on them from back in the day. Some of them are newer, but some of them are older. Like the designs wise, not the actual thing. This is just a reproduction of what they did. But it was Nintendo that made it, so it's definitely branded. And then, alright, so in here is all my manuals that I haven't actually put with the games yet, just to kind of keep them in a better condition. Down here you can see I got my Goosebumps collection, which was a huge book when I was a kid that I used to read all the time. As you can see where I found most of them, these are all Goodwill stickers on the spine that I haven't ripped off yet. Coming down to the base, You got my Project Scorpio, my Modern Warfare 3 Collector's Edition. I am a huge Call of Duty fan, at least the older ones, not the newer ones as much. World War II was pretty good. Got my Miracle piano, which I actually found at Goodwill for $5.99. And this is my Collector's Edition Aquafina. Oh, it's not Sam's Choice. It's even rarer than I thought.
I bet Fluffy Gamer would like that Miracle piano.
Oh yeah.
With a sip of water.
With a sip of Sam's purified water. This is not endorsed by Sam's. Sam's is actually non-existent in this town now.
Yeah.
Oh, I need keys. Alright, so coming over here, we got my gaming computer. I wish I was able to put this together by myself. Issue is that when I bought this, it was cheaper to buy pre-built than it was to build your own because of graphics card prices. But this runs and does everything that I need it to do. This is a Best Buy special, $800, which you couldn't beat that. Considering at the time the graphics card that I wanted was $1,000 by itself. Then you have some artwork. There's a lot of stuff missing because I've either traded or decided to bring new stuff in. And yeah, and then this is my prize right here, my gaming mat. Got my NES controller as my big gaming mat. Play here, doing my editing and stuff here. And I'm gonna show off this picture real quick. So you see all my toys. I got my Luigi Mansion toy. I actually have two of them. One really nice guy gave me one. We're not gonna speak of any names.
Yeah.
But I think his name is like Retro J or something like that.
That asshole.
Yeah. That asshole. Yes. Yes. So the reason I have a picture of Babe Ruth up here is for two reasons. One, baseball has a big part in my life. I played it for 20 years, so on and so forth. But every time I look at this, it reminds me to try to be the best of all time at whatever I do. Because even to this day, people will say that Babe Ruth was the best baseball player of all time. Now, a lot of it could be, arguable with all the great players that have happened throughout the history of time. But he's the one that people think of when they think of baseball. So I always look at that and I'm like, I want to be the greatest at this. I want to be the greatest at that. Just think Babe Ruth. Just think Babe Ruth. He's like one of my inspirations. Him, Gary Vee, and Casey Neistat are the three people that I really look up to. And yeah, you got my toys over here. So a lot of Flash stuff, some Turtle stuff. My Jurassic Park Laserdiscs. I don't even have a Laserdisc player. My Famicom Superman. And that's pretty much it for that corner. Come down here and we can see my gaming setup. A lot of my systems are still at my store, but this is the stuff that I usually use. So this is my Xbox One X, this is my Wii U, my Watermelon 64, which I'll show you the box for that in a second, my TurboGrafx, which is an anniversary present from my beautiful wife, and then we got my Xboxes, Genesis down there, and that's what I use for that. And then over here, I know this is kind of messed up because I brought a bunch of stuff home, my VR headset from a PS4, my retro TV where I do my retro gaming on. This was my Goodwill score the other day. Got my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collector's case. But what's cool is it was like $3.99. Not only is this in good condition, and it was from 1988, and it was full of figures too. So that was a score and a half. And we just found these two today at Goodwill. Got my Goosebumps box and Are You Afraid of the Dark, which was both big parts of my childhood. So this is like kind of my storage area. I just have a bunch of random, to give you an instance, I think this is one. I'm not gonna pull out every box, but just to give you an idea, there's the sleeve for my Injustice. So what's in here? Cards, the other pieces of my Game & Watch amiibo, a sunglass thing that I was given, it broke, a Wii box, this cool poker chip thing that doesn't even light anymore, but it's a lighter. Just weird stuff, stuff that when I cleaned it out, I was like, I can't get rid of this. I don't know why, but I can't get rid of it. I do want to show you one thing though that's I guarantee you, I can almost guarantee you, and if anybody does, I will be super surprised if they collect something that I collect. I think it's in here. Is this it? Oh yeah, this is it. So, talk about oddball stuff. I have a collection of of home improvement ties.
Nice.
Who does that? Who does that? Like, why? Why do I have these? And then I got turtles, hats, and just this closet is kind of like, you know when there's a deep dark secret that you don't want people to know and you keep it down inside? Well, that's what this closet is. But if you come down here, I got a Simpsons Superman thing. I'm not even a huge Simpsons fan, but it's Superman. And I'm like, heck yes, gotta have it. And then this is for all those gamers that like to have a little drink. This is an AK-47 vodka kit with a grenade flask in there and a bunch of shot glasses that look like shotgun shells, which my wife got for me. Got the poker set down there because I'm a huge card player. It's one of my other passions too. And just some oddball stuff. Nothing to really write home about up there. And then over here is kind of stuck back here, but like just like oddball, like Superman cereal. Like,
oh yeah.
Why? Like, I guess. And then some more of my Turtles figures, the ones that my son's not playing with right now. I got Call of Duty Ghost Monster. And then my very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Random? I don't know.
Well, like my DVD set, my very not over the top DVD set. I'm not gonna pull it down because there's a very expensive chess set up there above it, which was handmade clay chess pieces. But under here, this is a Nintendo 64 rental carrying case, which came into the store a long time ago, and I knew I had to have it. And then we have down here, which I need to start using again, this is my drone. This is where I do some of my drone videos with, but I gotta start incorporating that again.
Cool.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for the game room. And yeah, so now I'll show you out in the living room where all the cool box stuff is. At least what I think is cool. Get this bracelet on the ground. Oh, yeah, I'll show you this real quick. So this is where I keep some of my controllers. Not really organized. Everything here is branded though, except for this Xbox One controller, which is a retro style controller. I thought was pretty cool that Hyperkin came out with. But those are all branded. My little dart set. Vintage. This is an actual Jurassic Park poster from back in the 90s. It's not a reprint. You got some collector's edition Link stuff. You got the Breath of the Wild one. I think that's Twilight Princess. Got my box game genies. I got the America version up there too. The box for the Virtual Boy. Got toys everywhere for my 3-year-old. Then you got my deluxe setup here with my NES Advantage box, NES Satellite, original controller, my sealed Luigi's Mansion, the 3DS. There's the box for my Watermelon 64. Got my sealed Resident Evil 4 GameCube chainsaw controller up there. And we got my Zelda Wii U, my NES Classic, that one's still sealed. My Pro controller, that Mario Kart 8 Wii U is still sealed. Bought that one after they announced that they were going to stop making them. My Switch, my Breath of the Wild Special Edition, my TurboGrafx Express, and my TurboGrafx 16 box. My Modern Warfare 2 box. There's my Injustice arcade stick box. The collector's edition statue, Gears of War 4, 2 terabyte Xbox One X or S, and then my Elite Gears of War 4 controller, and my box for my custom black box gaming controller, and then my VR setup there. And as you can see, we are huge DC fans. So we got the Flash over here, some Superman stuff, some Wonder Woman stuff. But, oh, and the last thing I want to say before you guys go is some of my most prized pictures in the entire house are something that my wife did for me 2 Christmases ago, or 1 Christmas, I think it was 1 or 2 Christmases ago. But she framed all our ads. This was our ad for Black Box Gaming in the Prescott Valley Tribune. As you can see, the sale that we had this year was first 20 people get 50% off everything, second 20 people get 40% off, and everybody else gets 30% off. And we were open at midnight, and we stayed open till 5 a.m. and that was a really good night. And then over here is the other 2 articles. When we first got started, these are articles that newspapers did on us. This one was from a Black Friday that we did. It's a whole article on like what we bring to the town. Same way with this one, but it's free publicity. They wanted to do it. We didn't ask them to do it. The community spoke out and said, "Hey, you guys should do an article on them," which we were super humbled by. And yeah, so I mean, that's my game room. That's my house tour. It's a fifth of what it used to be if you ever seen my first video, but it's my little hole in the wall. So, but thanks for guys for watching. I appreciate it.
We'll leave a link to his previous videos in the description.
Agent Retro.
That's right.
Yeah. Hey, and check out the new video that I did with the
thinking about you
with the superpowers and what the pixel protectors can do for you.
That's right.
Later, guys.
Later.
Oh, ha! Oh, ha!